Hi. Being that the Rick and Michonne spinoff comes out next month, I kind of wanted to bring up some things that I don't feel like I get to hear very much discussed in the community of Walking Dead fans. Just like small things here and there where I don't hear people talking about them as much, and I I would love to see brought up in the future if possible. Spoilers, obviously. Um, the characters I'm drawing are both original characters, not Walking Dead related, but there's Grayson and their sister Viola, who I basically never draw. So, yeah, now you know what she looks like. Um, but anyway, spoilers, obviously. Let's get on into it. um, I have these written down on my phone. Number one, I I want to see Jeffrey Grimes, who, for those of you who don't know, he was featured in the comics briefly. He is Rick's brother, and I do think it would be really cool if they maybe incorporated him in one of the spin-offs. Um, Likely he's somewhere in Europe, but we don't know. He's rarely ever actually discussed. If I remember right, he goes to like somewhere in Europe in the comics. It's been a long time since I've read them, so I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but if they could introduce him in maybe the CRM plotline, or I don't know, have him be incorporated with Madame Janae's storyline, and maybe Daryl runs into him. I think that would be really cool. Um, Maybe he's like a member of the CRM already, like how I want to say her name was Yumiko. How her and her brother um, they got reunited in the Commonwealth storyline. So obviously that's kind of a stretch, but I just think it would be really cool. Um, this video is not scripted. I'm just like rambling mostly, so sorry about that. But anyway, number 2 on my list is Beta's backstory. I think that would be really cool. In the comics, it does go into more detail, but it was changed for the show, so his backstory is definitely going to be a bit different. I just think it would be really cool to have maybe an episode of Tales of the Walking Dead focused on him, and kind of where, I don't know how to describe it. When he went from being this huge celebrity to whatever you consider Beta, now, I mean, he's technically dead, but like, you know what I mean, how he really got into the Whisperers, why he takes it so seriously. Is it like some kind of coping mechanism? What's going on there? I just think that'd be really cool to see. And that's definitely one thing I think is talked about a bit more on this list. And yeah. Number 3 is I really want them to finally make the Tank Walker story. Originally, it was going to be made into an episode, but there were issues with the writers, and all that. But I would think it would be, but I do think it would be really cool if they did that. I just think it would be a cool storyline to see the outbreak, and I feel like that would be fun to incorporate with Tales of the Walking Dead. Most of these can be incorporated with Tales of the Walking Dead, like the Rick's brother Jeffrey. His storyline could be an episode of Tales of the Walking Dead. I think that would be cool. That would work. But yeah, next on my list, number 4, the character Sean Green. We know that he was in the barn in season 2, I believe, but we don't really know who he was as a person, because obviously the story is going to be different than the comics. And even though certain characters can't come back to the show, I do think it would be really cool if maybe they had a Fear of the Walking Dead episode. No, not Fear. Sorry. My mistake. I meant Tales of the Walking Dead episode dedicated to him. Like, what happened? Like, maybe he was saving Maggie or something. I don't know. Just a backstory there. I think that would be fun. They could even, I guess, incorporate Lee from the games. But we still don't really know if Lee is canon to the show, or if he's just canon in the comic universe. It's not really clear, but either way, I think it'd be cool to see a little bit of his backstory, what went on with him, how he ended up in the barn. Number 5. In Survival Instinct, for a while you play as Will Dixon, who is Daryl and Merle's dad. He obviously has kind of a big impact on their overall story and why they are the way they are, why they have so many problems. I think it'd be cool to see maybe an episode focusing on his point of view when the outbreak started. Because likely he's long dead. I think Daryl mentions that, but I do think it would be cool to kind of see how this screw up awful person who was similar to Carol's husband. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to see his story, his point of view, and, we get to watch him get the karma he deserves for, being a piece of shit to Daryl and Merle. But yeah, those are kind of my ideas. I know that they have been discussed before. I have seen a couple of people talk about them, but not very often, so I kind of wanted to just bring that up. I am not that great at, I guess, talking, so hopefully this makes sense to some degree. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this video was, I guess, tolerable. If you have made it this far, you should comment any ideas you have. I would love to hear other people's input, because I like hearing other people's ideas and stuff. I think it's interesting. So yeah, you should do that. If you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know. Do you want me to make more videos of me just rambling and, I don't know, just a word vomit for like a good 10 minutes or what? But yeah, I am going to go clean the kitchen now.